What up, what up? I'm back at it again with another video. Before I get into the video, you know what I'm gonna say, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and help me get to my goal of 2,000 subscribers. Please let your friends know about this channel and what you like about it. So, today's video is kind of going to be about feelings I've been having lately and also my weekend and stuff. So, this weekend I hung out with like college friends and stuff like that, and it was great to see a lot of people, and it was great to, you know, celebrate because one of my friends from college got a brand new place, and so yeah, we all like were there to celebrate their new place, their housewarming. I kind of like loved seeing people I hadn't seen in a long time and stuff like that, but toward the end of the night, you know, we got into like conversations, and it made me feel sad in a lot of ways, because if you remember, I say all the time on this channel, like when I was in college I was still a Christian, and so a lot of the people who I went to college with are still very, very devoutly Christian. So yeah, it kind of made me feel sad, but I had already been kind of feeling sad. Just lately I've been reflecting on the distance that, you know, white supremacy, patriarchy, Christianity can create between the self and the other. And kind of what I mean by that is through the lens of like white supremacy, you know, you start to see things in hierarchies. You start to think about yourself as only being worthy based on how much you can achieve and how much you produce for capitalism. And, you know, obviously like the violence of colonialism, slavery, institutionalized racism, institutionalized sexism, homophobia. Yeah, I've kind of just been thinking about the distance lately and been feeling like a great sadness and also like a great loss of, you know, connections between myself and people in my family. And you know, like my parents are both from Nigeria and stuff, and so just kind of like that loss too of like not being close with like their family and their relatives and their parents, and on, just straight up off of like physical distance, and also cultural distance. Also, you know, Nigeria was colonized by the English, so white supremacy is all up and through there. It's not funny, but that's how I process. So it is really sad, and I have been really sad about this. There is this framework that I came upon called Patriarchal Violence. Now, patriarchal violence is rooted in Black feminism and was created by the Abolishing Patriarchal Violence Innovation Lab. So now patriarchal violence can be defined as an interconnected system of institutions, practices, policies, beliefs, and behaviors that harm, undervalues, and terrorizes girls, women, femme, intersex, gender nonconforming, LGBTQ, and other gender-oppressed people in our communities. Patriarchal violence is a widespread, normalized epidemic based on the domination, control, and colonizing of bodies, genders, and sexualities happening in every community globally. Patriarchal violence is a global power structure and manifests on the systemic, institutional, interpersonal, and internalized level. It is rooted in interlocking systems of oppression. Now, I will link all of this stuff down below because that was just like the definition, but there's also like a patriarchal violence framework. Yeah, I mean, this obviously speaks to my point earlier about the ways that, you know, white supremacy, you know, creates distance between communities and between people, but this is specifically talking about patriarchal violence, specifically talking about people who are not men being harmed, and also there are men in there too. But yeah, I just feel this great sense of loss, and learning about all of these things, learning about all of these systems and paradigms that we sort of live under and navigate, it just makes me sad sometimes, and I am feeling very sad. And this video is not going to be my usual like, oh, look on the bright side, because I don't have that to give right now. I kind of am just like sad, and I'm just like processing. So one of the ways that I'm processing my sadness is what I've been doing is I've been meditating kind of every day, sometimes twice a day, and while I meditate, I'm just taking a look at my feelings and at my emotions and looking at my sadness and looking at what the root of my sadness is and looking at my other emotions without judgment, and also looking at my fears and my insecurities, and also looking at like what some of my intentions are. You know, I think I have great intentions. You know, I don't want anybody to be harmed. I don't want this system to continue, but I also have to practice boundaries. And so I am not responsible for other people's beliefs. I'm not responsible for converting anybody, deconverting anybody, right? I am not responsible for letting people I care about know that their beliefs and their religious practices are actively harming them and actively contributing to their worsening health, all around health. That's not my place. And as I learn boundaries more and more and more and more, because that's something that I really need to learn and continue to learn, I recognize that these are adults making adult decisions, and at best I can ask them if they need support, if they seem to need it, but I am not responsible for anybody else's thoughts or beliefs or anything like that. And I am responsible for my own wellness. I'm responsible for my own thoughts and beliefs. I am responsible for my own learning. You know, I can share my perspective. I can share how I left Christianity. I can share articles, but it's that fine line of like, I have to respect other people's decisions, and I have to respect myself, not to overexert myself, not to cross people's boundaries, you know? So that's kind of like the video. I wish I had something cheery to say, but I do not. I don't have it. Let me know some of the ways that you process sadness. Let me know some of the ways that you process like hard feelings and hard times in the comment section below. If you made it this far, leave me some hearts behind, and if you would like to help me out in any way, my Cash App and my Venmo is right down below. I'll see you next time. Peace. There's this framework that I discovered. What? I'm sounding very Christopher Columbus right now.